Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our Glory of Rome series. I wanted to point out very quickly as I began this episode that I have renamed Mecca and Homs to Aguila in Caesarea Honorium. Aguila, I actually used the Total War Rome 2 city map to figure out what the best name for that city would be, and then I just kind of came up with one for Homs because there was not a Roman city that far south. But we are currently at peace with everyone. We're kind of recovering economically. We have a few cities that still have amenity issues, believe it or not, and we have several Australian apostles coming around causing trouble. We are hoping that they will convert one of my cities, which would give me cause for a holy war, and then I can obliterate the rest of them, and then pretty much make peace as soon as possible, because we don't really need to be at war with Australia. He's far away. We don't really have a means to follow that war through. But in the meantime, let's see what else we can do here. Let's go ahead and do a broadcast center in Praga. Keep generating culture. We're generating a large amount of culture per turn. And then Anapons probably could benefit. I think I've been cranking out settlers for a while here, but let's... yeah, let's do another settler. Why not? And then what do we have here? We can do a military academy in Corrales, but it would take... I could purchase one next turn. Or I could start building another district in the area too. Now this is a production tile, and I already have an industrial zone. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just work on the military academy, build it outright in Corrales. I don't mind waiting on it. Let's go for the research lab in Constantinopolis. We do need some housing in Constantinopolis though, so let's take a quick look there first before we do the research lab and see where we can put some housing down. Looks like that might be a decent location. I'd prefer, honestly, not to give up that much production, though. So maybe give up this sheep tile instead. +5 is the best we're going to do. So, yeah, let's do that. I'll give up a little bit of food production, but having more housing in place will help the city grow faster, despite that. So, all right, Caesarea Honorium, which is the former Homs. Again, we can do a holy site here, and that would actually produce some additional faith. You know what, let's do it. We haven't been building a lot of holy sites, so we can stay focused on that. If I put you on production focus, it does absolutely nothing. Good to know. Have I checked your citizens as well? It looks like for the most part, everything is where it should be. No, these actually aren't. That tile should be in range of Caesarea Honorium. And then we've already checked this place, I believe. Yes, we have. All right, so let's continue to go through and finish repairing. We need to repair the factory in Mobambium, excuse me. And things are going... This is the original capital of the Congo, and now we're just replacing it with everything Roman. I can do an archaeologist here. Let's go ahead and do that, because there are some ruins down this direction. And it looks as though... Okay, so we have an Indian scout that is definitely messing with us around here. We'll have to try and beat him to some of the other... archaeology sites in the area. What do we have here? Sergei Korolev. All right, 1,500 production towards space race project construction. Well, we're not building any space race projects yet, but we're on the way, so we'll keep that in mind. Now we have an inquisitor here. I need to cleanse some additional religions from the area, so let's move you down here, cleanse that city, and we have one more charge, so we'll go ahead and cleanse Cumasium as well. This inquisitor has arrived here. Let's go ahead and cleanse Aguila. We want to try and put as much pressure on the neighboring cities as possible. Okay, so Rome looks like had a trade route, with Londinium, and that was mainly food and production focused. If we trade with Luculitum, that's actually going to bring in a little bit more, and not really a consequential amount, but a little bit more gold. Constantinopolis needs a little bit more food to compensate for what we just set up, so we could have it trade with Paris, basically. Yeah, let's do that. Nice balanced production route. And then you were trading with... All right, with that trade route continuing, but if you trade with Mavanza Roma, again, that will bring in additional gold. So do that instead. Anapons, this I think is a brand new spy. So let's have a quick look again at where our spies are. Right now we have a counter spy. This is Flavius in Rome, and this I believe is our quartermaster. Yes. So this spy, we have another spy on the way. We have a spy in Anapons. Yes, that's the one I'm looking at. And we have a couple of spies in India. Now, is there anyone that I need to mess with? Gandhi really is the one I need to mess with in order to mess up his rocketry program. So let's go ahead and continue to position more spies in Indian territory. We currently have one in New Delhi and Vientiane. So why don't we go ahead and have a look at where else we need to put a spy to figure out more. Where are these cities? Oh, okay, there's some up here. Let's go ahead and look at Chengde. So I want to have you confirm placement there. There's a little bit of fog of war that I can uncover by putting a spy there, and it looks like there's a space center going up in Zealand-Gaul. I wish I'd noticed that a second ago. So eventually we'll need a spy there, but there is also one apparently in Chengde, so that's good. They're being built. We're going to need to keep an eye on him as much as possible. This settler has arrived here. I'm kind of tempted to put a city there, but it's within our borders, so we should be okay. So let's go ahead and continue settling the Americas as much as possible. Let's have a settler come down here, and we're going to keep focusing on that. Meanwhile, we can disrupt rocketry here. We've already... Yeah, let's go ahead and disrupt rocketry in New Delhi. We've got a pretty good chance of success at doing it. And this caravel is still uncovering some of the fog out in the Pacific Ocean, as is this one, a little bit further south. Okay. Oh, good. We have another Inquisitor that's arrived here. Or is this the one from last turn? Maybe it was. We're going to go ahead and cleanse that city and then move into... Oh, look. Egypt doesn't like me. Big surprise. Some of their opinion of me might begin to improve over the next couple of turns, but we'll have to see. We're pretty much ready to go to war against Arabia. It's not going to be pretty when we do. Yeah, or not Arabia. Not Arabia at all. Sumeria. Arabia's been gone for a while. Arabia was around here. Leptis was an Arabian city. Someone pointed out that these cities are in fact quite close, and I agree they are. How is Valletta 3 tiles away from Leptis Magnum? That's strange. And for that matter, okay, Corrales is far enough away, but yeah, this city is quite close. I don't know how they founded that city there. Someone asked me to comment, and I was like, oh, that's actually a very good point. I don't know. All right, we just got another citizen in Roma. Let's see. All right, so no more great generals are going to be available. Great admirals, this is going to be one of the last ones. Let's go ahead and recruit them. And then what else can we do? Castro de Noguetia can train, or can build, rather. Yeah, let's just do a factory, because we still need to be on guard for as much production as possible along that Russian border in case they get any funny ideas. Let's go for Seaport in Londinium. Now, there's all kinds of stuff I could do here. I'm kind of tempted to do an aerodrome. Yeah, let's do an aerodrome here. To be able to fly to the far western side of our territory. Let's buy the arena outright, and then we will start building a zoo in this area. Okay, Leptis Magna is ready to build its shrine. Alright, where else do we need to go here? Lots of places, actually. Let's come over here and cleanse Mobamia. We have one more spread here, and we will have cleansed a lot of this area of the Sunni religion. So the Arabian religion managed to make it pretty far down south into Africa. Interesting. Enipons is actually going to lose a citizen in a few turns. Oh, it's because this trader is waiting for a new order. That's fine. So let's have you resume your trade route with... Well, no, actually, I'd rather you trade with Mavanza Roma. Bring in a lot more gold that way. Okay, this is our brand new Great Admiral. And I kind of want to just have... Is this a... Yeah, it's a Roman wonder. The Venetian arsenal. I kind of want to just have the Great Admiral hang out until... Yeah, let's go ahead and have them just sleep until there are more naval units that they can support. Because right now we don't have much of a navy, but we will before long. There's that. Interesting. Can steal a great work with an 84% chance. Let's go ahead and do that. Take a little bit of culture away from India. Just bringing our Inquisitors down into our new territory here. Yeah, Egypt has a settler and a knight hanging out, but they're not going to be able to do much with it. So we're going to have a pretty large front line against Sumeria here when we first attack. So I think what I might do is take these two cities and then come downward, if I can. I might have to leave a few units in place to defend. but that's okay. That's doable. "21 turns away from the Sydney Opera House in Rome." Yeah, they are... Oh, Massalia has been converted, which means I can now start a holy war. Good. It's on, jerks. So here's how this is going to go down. I'm going to, in Augusta Ritum, waiting for the turn to finish cycling, I am going to purchase... Actually, I can't purchase any units, believe it or not. So we don't have any units in the area that I can use to run down these guys, unless there's one that I've forgotten about. Let's have a look around really quickly. It's possible I still have one hanging out in a city that I haven't given any orders to in a while. I mean, we've got this machine gun, and that can do some work, but not as much as, like, say, a tank. So that's kind of what I'm thinking instead. Pella can build a tank in how many turns? 7 turns? No, I'd rather Pella just work on a workshop. So you do that, please. It's going to take 4 turns. Audencia can build a tank in how many turns? 10 turns. Not soon enough. The holy site is tempting, but we can only put it on sites that would damage that city's production. Aerodrome is tempting too. This is a northern site. You know what? Yeah, let's do an aerodrome. Well, yes, let's, because production-wise, that would be good. Or we could do an industrial zone. That would also be good. And there's a... It wouldn't be adjacent to a mine, so it wouldn't get bonuses from that. You know what? Rather than do an aerodrome here, I'm going to put an industrial zone there, and then we need to get a builder in place, which I can't buy one just yet, but we're going to have a builder in place and improve that tile to bring in a little bit of extra food. Portus Namnitum can go ahead and buy a military academy with faith, and then we're going to get a bank going there for some extra gold. Let's definitely get a mosque going in Cartagena. Okay. Definitely get a builder in Mobania. We're going to need to improve as many of the tiles around that new area as we can. Archaeologist in Mobania, for reasons I've discussed in relation to the previous archaeologist. And we need to get to this site before long. Yeah, Londinium is fine as a trade route there. Looks like Mediolanum doesn't have issues anymore. Minsk is trading with Mediolanum. Yeah, stick with that. That's fine. Okay, settle right there. That's a bunch of cotton. Nice. Shreveport has been founded. That's not exactly a Roman city name. So let's change that. This is going to be Sariva. How about that? Or you know what? Let's go even better. Let's do Syria. How about that? Now I need to use faith to purchase a good number of buildings here to get the city going. Watermill 2? Perfect. Alright, that's all my faith, but we're going to be building up more. That's just fine by me. Let's see. Next district, if I want the city to build quickly. There's not a suitable location for an encampment district yet. There is not a suitable location for an industrial zone. I do have some money that I can use to buy a spot for an encampment. I can plop it right down like there, for instance. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That way I can put an encampment there, and that'll help with early production in Servia when it's done. It's going to take a while for that to grow, but it won't take 100 turns to build. Nowhere near it. Okay, so it looks like India has launched the Earth satellite. We need to get on top of Gandhi in the space race, because right now he's winning. We are winning the culture game by a long shot. Because we have so many citizens, it's kind of hard to compete with us.
I ought to be jealous of the tower.
Oh, nice. I forgot we were building that.
She is more famous than I am.
All right, so we've got the Eiffel Tower built in what city? Where are we building it? That looks like a Central European city. Were we building it in Paris? No, we built it in Area Flavia, but near Paris. That's close enough. So, Athens, yeah, let's go ahead and get a sewer in place so that city grows a little faster from the surplus housing. And go for a bank there for the extra gold. What else? Frankfurtium, definitely go for the power plant production for any cities in the area that need it. Broadcast center. Let's buy the temple, and then I might be able to purchase... Nope, can't. So let's go ahead and just build the mosque outright. So we definitely have some additional faith coming in soon. Industrial zone and Artajada would be an excellent zone to have. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and plop it down right there. So we're going to have that city on food focus so it grows as rapidly as possible. Mobamium, you could use a number of things, actually. Let's go for a power plant first. Ah, we've met the city-state of Auckland, which is a production powerhouse city-state. That would be good to know. Next turn. Still need to get these other guys out of my territory. They are definitely trying to conquer. We need to get a tank built in the area. I guess Massalia, or actually Mediolanum would be an excellent place to build a tank. So we'll build one there. Could have started building one in Area Flavia, but they are hardcore trying to convert my cities, so we're going to just annihilate all of his apostles with an actual holy war, rather than using apostles to fight them. Starting to have some housing problems in some of my larger Francia area cities. It's 1660 AD. All right, Mediolanum. Yep, it is time for you to build... Just do a tank for now, because we need that thing to be ready soon so we can roll across the countryside and get stuff done. All right, Constantinopolis now needs, of all things, amenities. No longer has a housing problem. We've got a neighborhood built, but now it needs amenities. So... Go ahead and do a research lab there first, because we were going to. But I'll have to think about how to get those amenities to Constantinople before long. Let's see, I could... Yeah, this is going to provide housing regardless. Let's go ahead and do a stable here in Varsovia. Can I do an armory as well? I can buy one. There we go. Starting to make ridiculous amounts of money. Holy site? Nah. Let's just do a military academy, build one outright. Meanwhile, Hanovum, power plant, please. I'm a bit of a production fiend if you haven't noticed. All right, let's get a trader going for Gades. We need a couple of extra traders built, actually. Nikongia can build... You just finished a builder, so I don't need to do another one. But an encampment might be a good idea for defense against our good friends next door. Let's put you on production focus so you'll finish that just a little sooner. Buy the shrine outright. Start building the temple, and then we'll build the mosque before too long. Okay, so this settler needs to come where? Are we going to put the settler just here? It might not be a bad idea. We do need to settle South America as rapidly as possible. Yep, keep trading with Mediolanum. Alright, now we have a lot to do in this area. Ridiculous amounts to do. We need to go ahead and repair some tiles near the capital cities. Yep, trade with Mediolanum, please. We're checking out New Zealand at the moment.
But as I headed into the heart of New Zealand's fjordland, that same childlike feeling, long lost, of pure, unadulterated awe, came rushing back. I knew the road to Milford Sound was good, but this good?
Okay, so there's that. almost done with several important buildings. I mean, that's going to be the case in most cities going forward because there's just so much. All right, that looks like some Russian religious interference as well. There's just so much going on. The Roman Empire is huge at this point, and it's still growing. We'll probably be ready for war, I would imagine, within an episode or two. I just want to maybe finish this wonder in Rome, get a few more cities going in America, since that's completely uncolonized. It's a beautiful thing. Let's go ahead and do our... Okay, I guess we just finished the modern armor research, so let's go ahead and get a modern armor core going here so that that tank will eventually be able to... Yeah, see, this is taking longer now. Frustratingly, it's taking longer now because the tech has been upgraded. But that does mean we can come down here and start to upgrade some of our units in the area. Okay, don't quite have enough gold for that, but I can... Oh, no, can't do that either. All right, so we're going to wait a bit, but we're starting to upgrade those units. Stealth technology is on the way. Phlebum needs additional housing. That can be arranged, I think. We could just do a neighborhood and get the housing that way. We could do a campus. We could do an encampment. Campus wouldn't be necessary at this point. We would get gold from some of the buildings, though. So yeah, let's throw a campus down right there. Bit of an unusual district choice this late in the game, but again, it's for gold purposes, not for research purposes. David Victrix is still having issues with... Tell you what, hang on. I just gave it that order, but I think I might need to change that. Why don't we say a neighborhood instead and build that there. Put you on production focus. It'll be done in 15 turns. That'll do away with the housing problem. It won't do away with other issues that city is facing, but let's go ahead and purchase the sewer in Numantia. That did not change the growth time one little bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we'll do a stock market there, and then what else do we have? Mobilium. No, I don't need an aerodrome, but something else production related. Well, it's already pretty production heavy. So let's do a builder, because we do need to continue improving tiles. There's lots of wood tiles that haven't been improved around here, so that's going to be a major focus. Need some additional housing. Let's go for the shipyard, because eventually we'll be able to get the housing bonus from the seaport. All right, now this settler needs to come out to... Actually, that's not a bad spot. Let's put it there. Interesting. There is a goody hut in New Zealand that has not yet been scouted. What you doing there, Australia? Your decision-making doesn't make much sense. All right, let's repair that tile. A little bit of extra growth for Luculitum. And we're almost done with this archaeologist in Mobamia, so that will come in handy. There's some ruins right along here that we can pick up. We're done with the civics tree, so we are just waiting for the stealth, or the jet bomber, to finish researching. We don't have many planes, so that's another thing I need to focus on starting now, once I've got some of these other buildings built, is actually building a proper air force before we go to war with... That's right, that's one thing I was focused on in the previous recording session, is getting the air force underway. So let's see what city is able to contribute to that. There's not an aerodrome here yet. Why don't we do a factory in Pella? But in cities where there are aerodromes, yeah, see, you need housing. Let's put that there. That's a core city. We need that city to continue to grow. So let's give them lots of extra housing. Mobamia, you do not have an aerodrome. Let's do a broadcast center for now. Ooh, interesting. We don't have a granary yet. Let's fix that. And then there's several things I could do here. I think harbor is probably the best idea. Yeah, let's throw down a harbor. Interesting. Australian units out here. All right, so yeah, this settler just needs to be, I think, right there. And we're going to start colonizing this area. Puerto La Cruz. Okay. Let's call this Puertium. Starting to get some very non-Roman city names. Shouldn't be surprised, but that's the way it goes. Granary, and then we'll get the watermill there when we can. I can start building it outright, but I'd rather not. Let's get a harbor going. It's going to take forever right now because that city needs to grow, but we'll get started. Yep, trade with Mediolanum. You can skip your turn. Okay, this archaeologist is ready. So let's go ahead and get this artifact. Ooh, an Mbemba Anazinga artifact. Plate mail. Very good. There's some Cleopatra artifacts in the area as well. Alright, just going to keep exploring along the ice here with this unit. And exploring along the Australian border with this unit. Same with these. These caravels are all just going to look around down here because there's lots to explore and I want to do it quickly. We've been granted a recon unit, of all things. I was not expecting that, but it was a ranger, so let's go ahead and give them better movement across woods and rainforest, and we can scout up there. That's actually pretty serendipitous of the game to give us that. I like that. So let's let this turn cycle, and then I will stop this episode here. On the next one, we are going to finish this modern armor and run off all of these guys that are converting our cities. I'm just going to ignore this request from Sumeria not to plunder their archaeological resources. Yeah, they're really converting a lot of cities. I'm not sure what they're doing. Oh, okay, there's some religious war going on here. In my territory, of all places. So yeah, we're going to need to pay a visit to Australia in the form of a holy war in the next episode, while also starting to build up an air force that can easily attack Medina and Baghdad and start moving on Sumeria in the coming episode or two. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day. Whoa, hello. At noon Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.